Hi everyone, it's Tom Abbott here, author of The Soho Solution and Social Selling. I'm really excited to have our guest with us right now, Kerrie Phipps. Now she's the author of the book, Do Talk to Strangers. So despite what our parents told us, it's important to talk to strangers. So it's Do Talk to Strangers, how to connect with anyone anywhere. Now, I had the good fortune of meeting Kerrie here in Singapore at the Asia Professional Speaker Singapore annual convention, and I knew right away that her message would resonate with sales professionals because we all need to connect with anyone, anywhere. So welcome, Kerrie. It's great to have you here.
Thanks, Tom. It's great to be chatting with you again.
Awesome. So, just right out of the gates here, I got a question for you. And this might
Yes.
seem obvious, but I want to hear it from you, the expert on Do Talk to Strangers. So I'll ask you a little bit about the title in a moment. But why do you feel that it's important for sales professionals and business owners to talk to strangers?
Well, when we're in that world of selling, we are always connecting with strangers, but there are so many more possibilities that people are missing out on every day because you look at a networking event, for example, and you go, okay, here's some new clients. But I like to broaden people's perspectives and in a networking situation, see who can I connect with without a specific agenda, but just to connect and see where the conversation goes, because they might not be your client. They might refer you to an even better client, or they might be the service provider that you've been looking for. But when you're just so intent on just getting sales, you can be missing that. The other thing is that sales professionals generally have to commute to work one way or another. So many of them will be traveling on a train or a bus or walking down the street. They'll be buying coffee. They won't be thinking about connecting. They'll be thinking about all their deadlines and everything. But if we can let go of all the things that we have to do, or all the things that we didn't do properly, and just be in the present moment and just ready with a smile just to connect with people, it could turn into a sale. It could turn into just a life-enriching experience. But I just like to broaden people's perspectives to connect with anyone, anywhere. But I do also support people to connect with, the anyone that they really, really want to connect with. So it could be someone famous or influential in their industry or in another one. It could be, all kinds of reasons for connecting. But I just love to broaden the perspective, because then when you're connecting with somebody in the coffee shop or on the train, then that could turn into an extraordinary opportunity for you or for them or for other people that you're serving.
Yeah, I love that, Kerrie, and I totally agree. And in fact, I've had that experience recently. Elaine and I were just at an interchamber networking event a couple of nights ago. And when you go in there just looking for fresh meat, just looking for prospects, it's one thing, right? But we have this approach where we actually want to just connect with people, because when I ask people, hey, so what's your deal? Like, why are you here? And what do you do? Sometimes I'm just blown away with their stories. It's just like, wow, that's incredible. Like, you just learn so much about people, and there can be some synergies where you could perhaps collaborate, or maybe you can pay it forward. Maybe there's someone that I know that you could help, or someone that I know who could help you, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, super cool. So maybe you could just tell me a little bit about why the title Do Talk to Strangers.
Well, that was actually recommended to me by someone in my audience. So I was speaking about the book that I was writing, which had a working title of Why It's Great to Talk to Strangers. The subtitle was the same. The subtitle is How to Connect with Anyone, Anywhere. But the book had come about because I would just tell people these stories. I'd say, I was on a plane, from Dubbo, regional New South Wales, to Sydney the other day, and I was sitting next to a guy who lives here, but he was going to work in the Olympics because he used to work at Buckingham Palace, and now he's going to feed all of the USA VIPs. And then I met this young guy in a cafe, and he's 21, and he's written this extraordinary book, and people are asking me, how do you have these conversations? Like, how do you make these connections? And just so many different scenarios. And I thought, I need to write about why it's great to talk to strangers. And so that is why that was the original title. And And so this artist was sitting there and he was drawing a potential book cover while I was speaking about it. And he'd written don't and then crossed out the NT and put a big circle around the do.
Right.
And he said, how attached to the book title are you? I said, what were you thinking? And he showed me and I just went, oh, that appeals to my rebellious nature, you know, sort of going against the grain. And I thought, we do need to go against this culture of don't talk to strangers and you know, and the fear that kind of holds us back from connecting with people. And I wanted to encourage people do. And so it just took a bit more confidence on my part to just go, yes, I'm going to have an opinion about this and say, do talk to strangers, because a world of opportunities opens up when you do that.
I love that, Kerrie. And, you know, it just got me thinking, you know, some of my clients ask me about, you know, social selling, and they say, Tom, should I connect with everybody that wants to connect with me on LinkedIn? And I say, well, absolutely. And they say, but I don't know them. And I say, exactly, that's the point. Because imagine if you went to a networking event and you only networked with people you knew.
Yes.
What would be the point of going to the networking event? You want to increase your circle of influence, your circle of contacts, right? That's the whole point. Yes. So on social media, of course, you know, you want as many people to know about you as possible. Yes. So absolutely, do talk to strangers. Oh, I love that. So real quick, Kerrie, I know you're busy, and I just got one last question for you here. So we talk about the importance of talking to strangers. What is just one quick, solid tip that you can give our viewers that they could just, you know, take away and start implementing right away? What's one thing that they should start doing right away?
Raise your awareness of yourself and others. So it's really about focusing on others, but noticing, am I nervous? Maybe other people are nervous. Can I go and make them feel welcome? Or maybe I'm really at home in this environment. I can just walk in, I can talk to whoever I want. Maybe others are not quite so comfortable. Who can I offer a drink to? Who can I say, who would you like to meet? You know, what brings you to the event today? So really raising your awareness of yourself and others. That's the first part of the asking model in my book. And I think it all starts with awareness. No matter what kind of goal we're talking about, it starts with awareness. So, but focusing on others really shifts your perspective. You're not nervous when you're thinking about others.
Right. Oh, I love that.
You don't have to worry about how am I appearing if you're thinking, how can I make this person feel welcome?
I love that. I love that. You know, I remember a networking tip that I heard many years ago was around see yourself as a greeter. You know,
a greeter.
Yeah, a greeter. I've always seen myself like that, even if I've never been to that event. If I see someone alone, I'm just like, you know, hey, how you doing? Come on over here. Let me introduce you to so-and-so.
Yes.
You know? And that helps to help you get over your nerves, and it helps them too, doesn't it? So it sounds like that tip, Kerrie, is to raise your awareness of how you feel in those environments and possibly how others feel.
Yes.
Right on. So where can people, you know, learn more? How can they get your book? What else you got going on?
Well, on Facebook, there's a group called Do Talk to Strangers. Okay. So connect in there.
I've been too shy to join. I've been too shy to join that group. People told me, do not join groups. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Send me a personal note then on Facebook. Because I do accept friend requests when they come with a personal note. There is a backlog of connections to be made when I have time to send people a note, but I just think it's great if you can introduce yourself. But just go to kerriephipps.com, KerriePhipps.com.
Okay, cool. So we can find you on Facebook, and we can also find you at your website.
Yes.
Good stuff, Kerrie. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's been a real pleasure. It's good to see you again. And, you know, I think we're going to catch up next time you're in Singapore in a couple of weeks, hey?
Yes, that will be soon. Thank you.
Right on, Kerrie. So if anyone wants to learn more about how to talk to strangers and how to do it right, pick up a copy of Kerrie's book or visit her online at kerriephipps.com, www.kerriephipps.com, or find her on Facebook. Her Facebook group is Do Talk to Strangers. Thanks again, Kerrie. Real pleasure having you here, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.